Hi everyone, welcome back to the Vinyl Vault. Hope you're all okay. For those people that have been watching my channel sort of regularly, you'll notice that I didn't actually put up a video this weekend. I normally go to the boot sales on a Sunday and then post up a video, but I didn't actually get to the boot sales this weekend. In fact, I was on a bit of a mission. I have been negotiating with well, actually 3 different house clearance guys that well, they're clearing houses weekly, and I have managed to persuade 2 of them currently to give me first dibs on any records they get when they clear houses. Now, some of them, I think in the past, have sold them at boot sales, some of them have put them in auctions, but I've managed to get a good rapport going. So I've got 2 of the guys that are going to give me first dibs on the records, and it just so happens that one of the guys that I went to see didn't have loads, but he had this pile of records, this pile here, that he just cleared from a house. So yeah, I got first dibs on these, and he just charged me £2 each. Now it's going to be a bit of an odd scenario, because going forward, in fact both guys are happy for me to have the records, but it's a bit hit and miss. They don't really want me to cherry pick good stuff, so I'm going to have to take the rough with the smooth in some respects, and we're just going to negotiate the price. But the fact that I've got first dibs is going to be good. Now, even in here there's some real rough stuff, but there's a couple of good things, so it's just one of them things. But as I say, winter season's coming, and there ain't going to be many boot sales, if any, so this is a good alternative. So yeah, trying to keep the vinyl supply chain going, if you like. So let me show you what I got from this first trip. So I got a copy of Fleetwood Mac Rumours, and this is in a textured sleeve. So this is quite a nice copy. I'm just having a look around to see, should I put another light on? Maybe is that, how dark is that? Stay there, folks. Right, we'll put a bit more light on the scene. Hopefully that makes it a bit clearer. Yeah, I think that looks better. Right, so Fleetwood Mac textured sleeve, and this is actually a US pressing, and it's got a funny stamp on it. But let me show you. So that's the label, and up here is something really quite odd. I'll try and get it in focus. It's like an embossed. It looks like it says B and E. I'm not even sure if you can pick it up. Try my best to get it in shot. It's like an embossed BAE, B4A. Looks like a sort of embossed logo. I've never seen that on a label before. Anyway, so it's a US pressing. No, it actually says made in West Germany. The reason I thought it was a US pressing, it's got this like larger ring, which US pressings tend to have. So that is huh? now I'm really thrown. That is so bizarre. So check this out, right? The back of this does say USA. Hopefully you got that in shot. That just says New York. So that is like a US sleeve, and as I first thought, it looks like a US pressed vinyl, but it says made in West Germany. So that is so bizarre. That is so bizarre. So if anyone knows about that, did they make copies? Oh, I don't know what I'm even saying. I don't even know what I'm saying even. Anyway, this side one. Who knows? Maybe some of you will know what's going on. Maybe it's just a standard European press. I don't know. Maybe it's got put in the wrong cover. I suppose that's the things that can happen when you're just buying house clearance records. Right, so anyway, Fleetwood Mac Rumours, so that's a result, that one. Right, now I've got a copy of Jethro Tull stand up. It's not the first press, it's not a gatefold, it's just a sort of standard reissue on the Fame label. Looks to be in nice condition. I haven't even pulled it out, look. So paper inner, and this is really nice condition. So let me just show you side 1, Fame label, side 2. Do that quite quick, don't want to bore you with Lots of detail, unless you really want that. So that's Jethro Tull. So yeah, a couple of nice bits in this little stack, but some real average house clearance sort of stuff. So you'll see. So this was probably what you think the better LP in here. This is Pink Floyd. It's got a D.H. Evans sticker on it. So I think that was a department store, and it's got some writing on the cover, but it is the gatefold sleeve. And it's sort of in fairly good condition. Correct inner, bit dusty, but no major damage to the labels. Let's try and it has got, oh yeah, I say it has. It has someone's written on the labels, which is a bit of a shame actually. I guess some people would did that, and not something I've ever done. But yeah, whoever owned it decided they wanted to sign it. It's got a slight seam split there in the bottom of that sleeve, but generally that's quite nice condition. And the other one's in there as well. I won't go through the condition of both of those. So that's Pink Floyd. Then John Lennon, Shaved Fish. Again, not too bad condition. Apple Records. Quite good condition, no major marks or anything, so that's quite nice. So yeah, as I say, I spoke to three house clearance guys originally, but I've only managed to persuade two so far, but hopefully I'll get there with a third, and maybe even some more. I'm going to drive around and try and find some more house clearance guys and see if they're up for it. This is Elton John. This one's a little bit more beaten up. Doesn't even have an inner sleeve, that one. Gatefold. Yeah, so a bit of a shame that one doesn't. Whoa, that's bait. That's smashed up. Right, okay, that's smashed up. I didn't check the condition of these. I was more interested in just negotiating to get records off the guy, but this one's pretty beat up. So that's the label, and then you can probably see. Pretty marked up there, so not good, that one, but as I say, you've got to take the rough with the smooth. Now this looks pretty beat up, but this was, as I say, part of the pile. This is Who Tore Your Trousers? Ivor Cutler. It's not a gatefold, it's just wrecked. Don't know what this is, but it looks quite interesting. It's in a really old tarnished sleeves on the Decca label. Looks interesting, and I think that's an early Decca label. I think later on they had a box around the Decca logo. This is, unfortunately, it's got marks on it as well. So that's side one, but we've got marks up here. Can you see that big heavy one below it there? This side's not too bad. Again, don't know who he is, but I'll try to give it a spin without wrecking the turntable. It's a bit of an odd haircut he's got. Right, what else did I get? This is Graham Nash Wild Tales. It's got sellotape on it, something that seems to happen a fair bit with old records. Don't know what it is. This looks like a US press. It's on Atlantic. Condition on this is actually quite nice. Atlantic, that's definitely US by this type of label. That's side two. Not too bad condition. Graham Nash. It looks a little bit folky from the cover, but I can't be sure. What else? Ronnie Lawes. This is Friends and Strangers LP. The United Artists label in quite good condition. Again, that one's sellotaped, so I suppose, as I I think I said it once before, people didn't seem to have glue back in the day, they just sellotaped everything. Right, again, this is sellotaped. This is blood, sweat and tears. Sellotape. CBS label, I'll put it out, show you. Right, this is a little bit grubby, but there's no real, can't see any major marks, but it's a bit grubby, this one. So CBS. Again, looking forward to playing all of these. I'll put that away, just stack that up for a minute. Yeah, looking forward to playing these. This is Franco's Hardy. Don't know what this is. It's sort of a gatefold, but it's got a very flimsy front sleeve. Oh, what's in here? What have we got in here? So, hold on a minute. Hold on, that's not right. Right, so there's the sleeve. This isn't part of it. That is, I think that's Crosby, Stills and Nash. That's an insert, because I recognise that I've got that in another Crosby, Stills and Nash, so I don't know how that's got in there. Right, this is on Discs Vogue, so it looks like a French label or something. Very dirty. Again, don't know, but can't wait to listen to it. There are people, some people leaving comments, why do you buy stuff you don't know? How don't you know it? Da 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 da. I've got to be honest, I'm having a great time buying records and learning about music that I don't know about. So yeah, that's why I do it. It's like every time's like a surprise. A surprise. Right, this is Rod Stewart with a ripped cover or unglued cover, and it's got a Rod Stewart greatest hits merchandising sheet in it. Ooh. Picture of old Roddy, and this one's pretty mint. Don't think they ever played this one, so that's pretty minty. I think the records, it's probably not fair to say it for some of these artists, I think they go a bit downhill from here on. I put the best three at the front. Well, what I think is the best three. Elvis, rock and roll, classic, sort of charity shop, boot sale, house clearance type record. Hank Williams, the Roy Orbison Way. That's heavy, that's definitely a US pressing. It's got like a pasted on back cover. MGM label, again a US thing. Interesting to get US records here in the UK. Shout out to anyone across the pond in the States watching my videos. Hope you're enjoying it. Andrew Lloyd Webber. Musical soundtrack, gatefold. Not going to open that up. It's not my cup of tea, that. Andrew Lloyd Webber, Evita. Again, not my cup of tea. In a poly widget sleeve. Now this one looks very interesting. This is actually, this is like a private press. This is called Kenny Roberts Sings a Tribute to Elton Britt. Now this has got like a press, sort of 10x8 press sheet in it, signed. It's got loads of writing on, well, the best. This is signed by the artist all over the place. Oh, and inside it as well, if I can get it out. Well, let me show you the back of this first. That's the back cover. There's a little 45 in here, same guy, so it's obviously part of the deal. Little 45. It looks like it might be country and western actually. I was going to say it'd be nice if it was northern soul, because that would be worth a small fortune probably. But I think it's country and western. Whoa, check out that label. Classic US looking sort of deep groove type pressed label. Nice. Don't know anything about him. Let me know if you know about him. This is a 10-inch. girl. Love is a game. White vinyl. Then we have got Night and Daydreaming. That one might be a bit warped. Night and Daydream. I think I had one of these. I think I had one of these recently, just like this, where it said promo copy at the top. That's weird. Maybe they was all like that. That's that. Frank Sinatra. Come Fly With Me. Flip back. A stereo. I tell you what. Imagine if I brought that up like that and said I got a Beatles record, and if I can get it in shot, I say, look, I've just picked up this black and gold Beatles record on stereo. I'll just entertain myself, folks. Don't worry about it. Yeah. So, yeah. Frank Sinatra. Has anyone got the black and gold? Please Please Me stereo original. Has anyone got that watches my channel? If you have, you're doing well, because that is an elusive record. And if you actually know how many copies were pressed, please tell me. I did try to research it the other day, but it isn't really, there's no real hard facts. I've heard stories as 500, and then someone said 5,000, I don't know. Let me know if you know. This is the last one. This is Sing It Again Rod. It's like a big glass drink. Oh, jeez. Nearly damaged that then. I can't even get it out there. How does this even work? How do you get in this thing? I'm not sure how to get in here. What is going on? Oh, there we go. Right, that is a odd cut. Why is that like that? What is that? I don't know what to say. Oh, what's that in there? What is going on? What is all this? Look. What is that in there? How is that? Is that meant to be? Is that not meant to be glued in there like that? I don't think that's meant to be like that, is it? That's not right. I don't know what to say, people. It's like something in there and it won't come out. I think it's just misglued. Oh, I don't know. Give up. Anyway, I'll have to look at that later. Right, Mercury label, mint. Anyway, that's enough waffling on. So that's my first deal with a house clearance guy. Not too bad, really, is it? I mean, there's some junk in there, but there's some all right stuff. So yeah, hopefully I'll be getting well, records hopefully throughout the winter. Even when the boot sales stop, I'll be getting calls hopefully from yeah, these guys. Anyway, thanks for tuning in. See you soon.